Heads high is our posture. Against all odds, we gon' prosper. We know our place in this world. We gon' shine our lights till it hurts. Staying focused, we know our day coming. Negative vibes, we escape from it. We know our place in this world. We gon' shine our lights till it hurts.
What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel as you come in and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I'm going to get right into it. Ex-NFL star Cris Carter, he really went in on Skip Bayless. And he is like the latest of, the latest of a lot of people that's just going in on Skip Bayless. After Skip Bayless recently he just recently mentioned or let everybody know that he was retiring, he was moving on from FS1, right? And so now, a lot of people have their Skip Bayless stories and telling how they didn't, people really didn't like Skip Bayless, or how they had, not so good experiences, with Skip Bayless. And my thing is, like, that's why I say when you at the end of your career, and I don't know, no matter what profession you're in, you want people to be able, you want to go out like in celebration, like a farewell tour, and you want people to celebrate you. But the thing is, people not going to celebrate you if you have a lot of, bad blood, with people. And so what happened with Cris Carter and Skip Bayless is, and Cris Carter said, he mentioned it on a podcast recently, and he said that it all stemmed from a disagreement that him and Skip Bayless had over Tim Tebow. So Cris Carter's point was that Tim Tebow was not, he was not a good quarterback when it came to throwing, and he didn't think that Tim Tebow, this is a few years ago, he didn't think that Tim Tebow would be a successful NFL quarterback because, in his opinion, Tim Tebow couldn't throw. But Skip Bayless pushed back and said, well, he may not be able to throw, but, he has leadership. His leadership is what will get him over the hump. And so Cris Carter said, nah, I don't care how much leadership you have, you need to be able to play the game. And so that leadership is not going to be able to make him, successful in the league. Skip Bayless didn't like that comment. Skip Bayless got personal and said, that's why you didn't, you never won a Super Bowl. And Cris Carter was kind of caught off guard, and I remember this back in the day when they was going back and forth. Cris Carter said, what does that have to do with anything, And that was, so it got personal, that it got heated. And when they went to commercial, Cris Carter said that he told Skip Bayless that if he ever do something like that again, he'll punch him in his face, right? And so a big, it was all a big to do. But again, my thing is, Skip Bayless is doing this for years. Like he would do things just to get almost like a shock jock, right? Just for clicks and views. Although back in those days, it wasn't no such thing as clicks and views. Not that I know of. But anyway, like Skip Bayless, that's his thing. He was, shock jock. His whole, throughout his, his career, it's always been about the Dallas Cowboys, Tom Brady, and then knocking LeBron and other athletes. He'll say anything, he think that will get him some attention or get him some clout. And that was his that was his MO. And for a long time it worked. And after, after a few years, it's just getting old. But throughout that whole process, people were, athletes really didn't dig him. Everybody know the experience that Skip Bayless had with Shannon Sharp. And so, I think it's kind of sad that, like I said, with this guy retiring and moving on, and some people say he got fired. you know, but either way, with him moving on, you know, he had a long career. The guy is 70 years old or in his 70s. You know, you want to be able to go out with, you know, and people appreciate the work that you put in. You want to be able to look back at some of the experiences that you had with people. But unfortunately, Skip Bayless didn't put himself in that situation. So, you know, and that's, you know, that's why so many people like Cris Carter is coming out of the woodworks, just telling about their bad experiences with him. And so this is something that you know, like Skip Bayless brought this on himself. But do you think, my question to you all is like, do you think that Cris Carter, should he have piled on to Skip Bayless, or should he have just kept this under his, you know, kept this under wraps, under his hat, or just let it, you know, it's water under the bridge, not even say anything? But I think the reason why Cris Carter brought this out is because that he's doing a podcast now, and he knew that this would draw, you know, this would gain some attention to his podcast. But yeah, what do you think about, my question again is like, what do you all think about people coming out the woodwork and giving their, you know, telling about their bad experiences that they had with Skip Bayless? You know, you think it's not cool? They should just let him ride off into the sunset, you know, but I don't think people really want to let Skip do that because of, like I said, Skip Bayless rubbed so many people the wrong way that people are just, you know, they just looking for some get back. That's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about people piling on Skip Bayless, you know, on his way out the door. And with that being said, I'll check you all out on the next video. Peace.